Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about two of my favorite things, Doctor Who and Star Trek. More specifically, we are going to pit the Cybermen against the Borg in an all-out battle to see who is the bigger badass villain. Okay? Who would be on top if you pitted these two races against each other? Well, to figure this out, we have to look at a couple things here. First, we have to look at their origins. Now, when it comes to the Borg, their origin is a little iffy. It's very hazy. We don't know a lot about them. They might be hundreds, maybe thousands of years old. We're not sure. We think they're probably from somewhere around the Delta Quadrant in this galaxy, but again, we don't know for sure. It's just kind of an educated guess based on the fact that that seems to be where they're the most highly concentrated. And of course, we know that at some point they were very much like us, and they consider themselves weak and frail, and it was that feeling of being weak and frail that led them to seek out perfection, which of course eventually led to them being the Borg we know today. Cybermen, on the other hand, very different. We know their origin story, all right? They used to be members of a planet called Mundus, all right? That's where they were from. Now, Mundus was the sister planet to Earth in our solar system. Now, back during the time when basically Earth was in its prehistoric days, okay, we were basically nothing more than cavemen, they were a very advanced technological society, okay, far more advanced than we are today. Well, back at that time, something happened. The sun had a solar flare or a solar storm, and it knocked Mundus out of orbit, sent it into deep space. Now, for their very survival, they made cybernetic bodies for themselves, which of course eventually led to them being the Cybermen. So we have their origins down, even though one is a little iffy. Next, we have to look at how they're portrayed now. In other words, when you watch Doctor Who or Star Trek or whatever, how do these races come across? Well, honestly, they're almost identical. Okay, there's a couple little differences, but honestly, at this point, you're nitpicking if you're really seeing a whole lot of severe differences between them. Okay, they're both powerful cybernetic races that are out assimilating technology and societies for what they see as the good of the universe or the good of the galaxy, okay? They both easily adapt to technology used against them. I mean, there's just so many similarities. There really is a lot behind the rumor that the people at Star Trek who were writing probably got a lot of their ideas for the Borg from the Cybermen, okay? There's so much they have in common. Really, the two biggest differences between the two is first, how they look, and second, their motivation. And even their motivation isn't really that different, but it's slightly different. Of course, on the Borg side, they seek perfection for the galaxy. So they want the entire galaxy to be like them because they think they are perfection. Cybermen, they seek safety and security for the galaxy. They think they are the safest life form and that their bodies and their cybernetic entities are the most capable of holding up against all the universe has to throw at people. And so if everybody was like them, the universe would be a safer place. But other than that, there's really no difference between the two. So when you're going to pit these two together, what it really boils down to is their numbers and how long they've been around, okay? So let's look at that. When it comes to numbers, how big are the Borg? Well, we really don't know, okay? But we do know that pretty much they're primarily concentrated in the Delta Quadrant of this galaxy. And as far as how long they've been around, let's just go on the high end and say they've been around for a few thousand years. The Cybermen, on the other hand, well, they've taken over entire galaxies and they're spread out across the universe. Not only that, but we know they've been around for millions of years, okay? They go all the way back to prehistoric Earth days, all the way into the far, far, far future. We've seen the Doctor fight them time and again in the future, in the past, everywhere. So when it comes down to numbers, when it comes down to experience from just being around for a long time, if you were to pit these two cybernetic alien villains against each other, well, the Cybermen are going to win. They're going to kick the Borg's ass hands down. I mean, that's just how it is. They've been around longer, they've got more numbers, they're more powerful, they're more widespread across the universe. Hands down, the Cybermen win. So here's what I want you guys to do. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you agree with me or if you think I'm full of it. And also, while you're down there, let me know. Do you like Star Trek? Do you like Doctor Who? Or do you like them both? Appreciate you guys watching. We'll talk to you later.